section of our manure. As you see, in zero grazing, most challenges we usually face is manure management. Especially when you are in an urban setting, you find it's very hard knowing how to turn into manure. So manure, here I usually process it mainly for fertilizer. Here, after collecting it from the cow grazing unit, this is the first unit where we collect it from. When we bring it here, it is supposed to take 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, we turn it into another pit until we expect from here up to the last minute should be used for garden. It should take 6 months. It's when it is ready to be used. So in this process, after now collecting here, we usually cover it. So when we cover it, first and foremost, we allow heat to accumulate, which help in decomposition, and at the same time, we don't allow nitrogen to go out. It is under shade because we know nitrogen can be easily turned into nitrates by vaporization, whereby it goes back into the atmosphere. But that's why we usually put these iron sheets so that it is covered well and it does not allow that movement. And the area, as we are saying, we are all of us looking for fighting for greenhouse gases, so we try to make sure that nitrogen, it should not escape us, because after all people they are fighting for NPK, but here when you cover it up and you don't allow direct sunlight, so there is less evaporation of that nitrogen, or fertilization of nitrogen. So and after here when we see go down, you no longer have the capacity to identify which material for this manure made for. And usually I have gotten many tenders for people who want it. So it is also one source of income, especially here where there are coffee growers. But here currently also still need, that's why we use it in this maize production and also pasture. Because at the end of the day we are trying to make sure that all nutrients which are within, we don't allow in go out. If it goes out, but how much are we remaining in, so that we remain with healthy soil and healthy environment, so that everything is okay.
Do you mix it with anything before it leaves this place?
Here, whenever we collect the one with from goat unit and the cow. So they are the one that we mix. So when we mix them, for goats you find that the decomposition becomes very fast and very okay. And at the end of the day when we put the crops, we usually also enjoy, and it is always the best. You know, for the crop usually it needs around 21 elements, which is very hard for somebody who has bought NPK, because he is only buying essential nutrients. But here for us, we are sure that all nutrients is received. And here also we have like a richet, which is the one that usually, whenever that liquid, when this is like now the liquid fertilizer, because this one now we have kept it for now 6 months. And this one we usually mix 1 cup, you can mix it in 20 liters, and it can use as for your fertilizer.
How do you do it?
When we collect from here, like this pressure, after this compiling, there is the one that liquid that goes down. So when we are turning that liquid, we collect it and put it in the jerrycan to use it later as a foliar fertilizer. So, and also it can also act as pesticides when we add in Mexican sunflower. But here we are also mainly, it is for foliar fertilizer, where we see we applied nutrients, but they were not sufficient for that crop.
Let's talk at the cost. How much do you sell the manure before you talk about the cost of that jerrycan of?
Manure currently we usually measure in these sacks, and once we fill the sack, we usually sell it 20,000 maximum, relatively cheaper than the NPK. So, but we are trying to, we sell it cheaply because that is with these farmers which are neighboring us, the community, so that we want to boost their production so that in the end all of us we have high yield at the moment.
And how many sacks do you sell and when?
When we look at that heap, we usually sell seasonally because these people, they grow crops in season. So we usually sell when it is onset of the rain, and we usually find ourselves selling between 200 to 300 bags.
Every season?
Every season, yes.
And the jerry can one, the liquid one?
This liquid fertilizer, for it currently we haven't sold. We usually use it because it is still under trial to see its performance. So we are still using it with yeah. Because currently it helps us in fighting banana wilt. And those, so whenever we see like the banana trying to change, we usually take this liquid and the power there, and then we see the.
But has it done any? Have you seen any difference?
Yeah, because whenever we apply it, here in Uganda we usually say that maybe the banana can be you need to replace it. But since we planted this one, we have never replaced it because we usually take this liquid, we apply it there.
And how many jerry cans do you usually get in this whenever you are turning? Can you get a 5 liter, a 2 liter?
When it is like now in the rainy season, when we are collecting these ones which are more weight, you find that we can get like 3 jerry cans. So you find that
3 jerry cans.
3 jerry cans after this calculation. But when it's in dry season, you find now when you are turning, that again mixes it within this manure, and you find that you cannot get any. So, but here when it is in the rainy season, it's when we really target this one. That's why we haven't produced enough which you can eat.
So when do you do the turning?
Every after 2 weeks.
Every after 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You get 3 jerry cans if it is raining.
Yeah, if it is in the rainy season. We have done 2 feet down, so you find that we fix it until when it is here. You see now already it has already changed into small particles. And usually what happens, you find some farmers who goes directly into the farm, they collect this one, which they power directly into the garden, which is not good because still here it is still under the composition, so there is still some heat. So if you take it direct, you will be scorching your crop, and at the end of the day you find that in the second season is when you see some changes in your crop yield because you took this thing when they are not free decomposing.
So how many weeks are those? From there to then?
Two, and then now we are here. This is this is we are in the 6th week. So in the 6th week, now you see somehow it is ready. So even if you try to put it, you cannot expect some big heat. So already it has, the heat is down, and now it's, if you find that really the season is leaving you, this one can take it. Then after also this one is when we got here to the final stage. Last week, this is we are in now with the ace in the mukaga munani. So yeah, in ace week. Now ready, and now we expect there is a high humor, and now at this stage, it is a recommended one because you cannot tell which material this manure was, and it is through this turning it mixes it efficiently, so which makes it the best organic fertilizer. So when we talk of organic fertilizer, this is organic fertilizer, which really I try to recommend, because with it really improves soil health and the productivity of the soil be good, which at the end of the day you expect maximum yield if managed well.
So do the people around here know about it, and do they come and buy, or you are still struggling with?
People around here, they even wanted to take almost all of it, but I'm still conservative on it, because I myself, it will not make sense to sell it off and then I also rush to go and buy NPK. So I still use it in my pastures and in my maize. But for training, they usually come, and especially whenever I spot those people who are on zero grazing, I bring them specifically to train them on this management of manure, mainly the manure, so that at the end of the day we have that maximum crop yield, that maximum yield in pasture, and everything in it you have maximum. It means at milk production, and also you will not need a lot of supplements. There is those who come often like weekly, but we also have once in 3 months, which we try to talk, and we encourage farmers to come in.
Tell me, how much do you sell in a season of this manure?
Of this manure, specifically it's 200, and the last 200 I sold it to a coffee farmer. Those who come with their tender specifically come and say, like now I've been booked for the next season, whereby somebody is trying to establish coffee. So he comes specifically, this season we are preparing purposely for this one person. So we've supplied that only one person in that season, and the surplus we use it. We just say 200 bags of organic manure. Somebody who is going to establish his garden. And here currently we have been looking for those who are establishing coffee gardens, because in an acre is where, when they are making approximately 460 walls. So somebody, each bag for them, when you put it in a basin, you find the bag has around 4 basins. So in that basin, so you find that he uses half of it, mixing it with the topsoil to go and make his. So that's why you find that he targets us that target of 200